The point of this whole thing was to definitely be more of like a day in the life type of podcast, sort of hybrid type of thing, and I have not been doing that. It's crazy. I've lost the plot so hard. The situation has changed. I no longer have a working car. The holidays are coming up. Thanksgiving is in like 2 days. I'm outside in my work job waiting for a fucking lift. And all I want to do is create something that's about it. So, doing this. I get the production value of the cars and all that shit in the background because I like that. When things are like over manicured and too perfect, I lose interest and I probably would stop listening if I were someone listening in on a podcast. Just because everything sounds the same after a minute, there's not really anything switching things up. Except for the conversation itself, obviously, but I don't know. I think of like films set in New York where New York is like basically the character, as well as like what's on screen and writing and all that. Spider-Man, case in point. Or like Taxi Driver. There's just so many. But I don't know. Life imitates art, art imitates life. We either do it or we don't. People are gonna fuck with it or they're not. That's about it. It all just sounds stupid after a minute. That's the fucking crux of it. I think no matter what you're creating, if you're starting something new, it's just gonna always sound or like feel like, or like I kind of look like trash at the end of the day, which is very, very human. It's pretty trash that we all seem to gravitate towards this and like self-doubt. But fuck, dude, that's just sort of what it is. I had sort of like another life-altering moment. Nothing too out of the blue, but I had the most insane migraine last night that I've had in quite a minute. Excuse me here, so I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy how much a migraine can put back into perspective, just like where priorities need to lie. Because like, I don't know, what if I died last night? That could have been it. So, migraines are just like that. They're just like insane like that. But yeah, we were at another rock bottom, so why not create? I come home, I sit down, I watch TV shows, I watch hella cooking shows. I don't know, I'm just so sick of like doing the same thing every single day. And what sucks is I was so close to not having to do that this year, but my car decided to die. Which, it's great that I got it paid off. I got it paid off like 2 months ago, but like literally the comedic timing could not have been better. So it's like I can't help but laugh at my own dismay and disarray and everything just crumbling around me, so... I've done this before, filming, or not filming, but just recording for this, and I was going through some of the older shit I had done, and so there's 4 hour-long, I guess, episodes is what I'll call them, but I went back and listened to one of them, just like a refresher, see how it was, see how I felt then, and granted, it's only a few months back, but it's like I've progressed past where I was in those moments, which is great, but now I listen to it, I'm like, this doesn't really need to be anywhere for anybody other than myself, because, like, for me, it's very helpful, but I don't know. I don't know if it's me being overcautious or just overthinking, or maybe thinking correctly, because it's like self-editing is something I have just never been too great at. I've always just kind of said it just gotten it out. And then it's like, we'll go from there. But I don't know. I literally don't have to do that anymore, and I can choose how I want things to, I don't know, I guess leave my brain in my mouth and go out into the world. So it's like, why not choose the best possible option if you could, or if you can, or whatever seems to be like the best option. Why not go for that? If I can like continue to maintain like the presence of mind to do that, that would be fantastic. So, but that's like the ultimate goal right now. So, so yeah, I think I might leave those 4 episodes to whatever the hell they are right now. That's just like a thing that happened, that needed to happen. That was very helpful. I'm glad it happened, but I don't know, maybe not really for everybody else. Because, I don't know. Maybe I'm just admitting I said some stuff in some very stupid ways and spoke about things that I just really ultimately don't want to share with people who I don't know. Like, open dialogue is one thing, but oversharing is another thing, and I just do not want to be associated with someone like that. Because it's like, this is definitely not that. It's not a day in the life. Well, I guess it is. I don't know what this is. It's just a thing. It's just a thing that's happening, and hopefully I can maintain a presence of mind and allow it to exist. So, yeah. Depths of despair. So I'm just like looking back through all of the old recordings that I have, and I didn't realize I recorded in some moments. And I am just like eternally grateful that I did, because it's like I can just use that or just have that for myself. I don't know. Man, it's like doing it in the moment is so beneficial. It's fun. But I hear myself in my car in all of them, because obviously that's like my favorite place to fucking record. But it's just annoying. It's to not have my car and to have to like rely on people for lifts now. I've been getting lifts from people at work because just reasons they could take care of it, like boss people. But like just having to like go through that process is the most annoying thing in the world. When not even a whole week ago I was completely mobile and on my own and starting to save up finally, and like freaking out because life was going so great, because my car was working. Everything was fine there. I was keeping up with the maintenance. I was driving it like I was driving Miss Daisy. I mean, granted, there was a period of time where I was dogging on it when I wasn't able to get the tags fixed. I was like, you know what, I'm probably not going to get this car, and I'm going to get pulled over, and it's going to get impounded, and it's just going to be done. So I kind of dogged on it a little bit, but even looking back, it's like I really didn't go that hard. I sped a few times. I don't know, maybe braked a little bit hard, but it really wasn't anything insane. But nah, man, I took good care of that car. I took better care of that car than any car I've ever had in my entire life. I got a whole job to figure out how to better take care of this car because I cared about this car so much. And to have it now just not be in the picture is super annoying and a very big setback. And money I really didn't want to spend that I just have to probably just not have. So it's just super annoying. And I'm like super grateful that like the people at work are able to do the lifts, because it's like if not, then I'm done. Kind of donezo. Dead in the water. What I need to do is get a resume together, I think. And I literally just got the job that I've been like waiting for months. Literal months of like, yes, no, maybe. Maybe if these new hires work out. Oh, I literally just, before recording this, I went back and listened to like all the stuff I had recorded, like, because it's like I don't label this, I just do it, and then I kind of just throw my phone in another direction, or like look at Instagram reels or whatever. But yeah, I had a recording of me talking about some new hires and waiting on it to see if they worked out with me getting the job and all that. That did not work out. But alas, I still have the job. But no, yeah, one dude, he didn't come back the next day. And then the second dude, he showed up the first day, showed up the second day. We started working like a shift. He goes to lunch and then he just didn't come back. So, yeah, that was very disappointing. When I was still waiting to hear about the job, because my bosses, they're not always the greatest with like giving you information in a timely manner. It feels to me, but perspective is everything. So, but no, yeah, that happened, and then I was just like in limbo again, and then I don't know if what I said really did anything, but I mentioned, so this one dude in the front, he was like a valet, a porter is what we call him. He had been wanting to move in the front, and for some reason, our boss had been kind of just like overlooking him for some reason and like going for anybody else. And it's like, we all knew this, like he literally applied, or I don't know. But anyways, so I just remember the day before I got the news that I got the job, I ended up venting to one of the service advisors in the front, who was, I guess, technically my boss, the woman who kind of like got this whole thing started. But I was venting to her about like the whole situation. I was like, why are they not just moving so-and-so in the back and me in the front? Because it's like, it's not a one-to-one switch, because he was valet and porter, and I'd be doing like phone stuff. But I don't know, it's like, I knew he wanted the job. I knew he'd show up. Like, it's like some of his family works in the back, so like they've been there for a minute. But the next day I got the news that was what was going to happen. We were just going to kind of do a one-to-one swap, because essentially they were trying to hire 2 people to replace me, which, I mean, come on, talk about flattery. But yeah, they were trying to hire 2 people to replace me, but that just didn't work out. People just wouldn't stay. So they said, fuck it. Finally. And they were like, yeah, so yeah, we swapped. So I see him when I walk through still. When I clock in, we'll like say what's up or whatever. It's weird. It's like having a whole new job, but still same building. So it's like I work past where I used to work for years. And honestly, it just immediately feels foreign again. It's weird. It's like I don't hold any sort of like feelings toward it like that. It's like I don't feel any type of way. It's like I was there, but now I'm here now. So I mean, I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. I feel like it's sort of maybe a part of detachment. So it's something I've worked so insanely hard on. But yeah, I found a recording from that, a few other ones. Honestly, I'll probably just throw them in if you haven't already heard them. I'm like, I think the thing is the thing here. The snake sort of eats itself. It's like the creation is the creating. So I feel like that makes sense. And if someone actually listens to this, then you can comment about it. I don't know. Or just like, anyway. But yeah, here I sit in my room, just thinking. I dropped my car off to Hyundai. What was it? I want to say like Thursday last week. I still haven't heard anything back. It's Tuesday the week following. Thanksgiving is in like a day or two. So, yeah, I've been calling and I messaged them because they have like a little messaging portal. I haven't physically spoken to anyone, like my advisor or anything yet, but I've gotten a text message that they don't know anything, so super, super annoying, and I'm very, very not ecstatic about that, because it's like, at least if I knew what it was, then I could kind of figure something out, you know? And I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming they're probably just not prioritizing it, because, I don't know, my car kind of looks like some hoonigan shit. I don't know. Like, I look pretty young. Like, I don't know, people overlook me all the time until they don't. It's a weird dichotomy I have with the world. It's like being 30 and just looking young. People will always treat me younger immediately. And then it's like, I can either continue with it or I can, like, say something. But generally, I just continue on. And then they kind of catch on. I'll say something or reference something. They'll be like, wait, what the... They'll be like, how the hell old are you, dude? And then we have that conversation, so... But I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's definitely what it feels like a little bit, so... I've got no information on anything about what's wrong with it. If I talk to anybody about this, they're like, man, you need to go in there, you need to keep calling. And I'm like, what is that going to do ultimately? Piss off the guy who's going to give me the information? I'm like, bruh. Even if I were to, like, because I was thinking about talking to someone to see about possibly borrowing a loaner from work for like 20 minutes to just go down to Hyundai, because it's literally like 3 minutes down the road from where I work. But sorry, just a quick bout of feeling incredibly fucking stupid for doing this right there. I locked it on my voice. I heard it, and then I started to think about what people around me would think if they heard me doing this right now. And then I started to cringe. And I was about to just, like, turn everything off and stop. And I was like, well, that's kind of the point of this whole thing. So, still I laugh. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's insane how fast something like that can take hold. The grip of fear. So many times in conversation, I'll, like, cut myself off mid-thought in my head. And you just be like, nah, man, don't. Stop. No. I realize I do that so often in conversation. I am always second-guessing myself. I'm so over it. The amount of mental energy that it takes to second-guess yourself is fucking ridiculous. Like, I think ultimately that's probably why last night I had one of the worst migraines I've ever had in like, I'm gonna say at least like a year or two. Like, it was bad. And I like stupidly, because like if you have migraines, you understand, like you can feel it coming. Ooh, it's coming. But you could like, you see it, like you get like visuals, and it's just symptoms, and it's like if you have them, you have yours tells, and then you can like prepare, or you can't. Sometimes it's fast, but for me, normally the ramp up is about like a solid hour. I'll start to get like the flurry thing in the eye, and then eventually my whole left eye will just stop working, and it's like just one big blur of just like pain and staticky electricity light. But yeah, it's like it's insanely painful, and then it's like I don't know how to describe the pain in the actual head. It's as if someone like grabbed my spinal column and was trying to rip it out by pulling directly up from the center. And they were getting it to the point where it's just about to tear out of my skull. And then they were just kind of holding it there. Yeah, so I was just up in my room trying not to cry. Well, not really trying not to cry. It was just more like trying not to whimper out in pain, I guess. Because it's like there weren't really any tears. But whenever I like feel sharp pain, I inherently will like, So it just like bleeds out if I don't think about it. But, you know, it's like vomiting, and it was not fun. Migraines are the fucking worst. I've had them since I was a fucking kid. The neurologist said they were cluster headaches. So it's not technically a migraine. But now I got an actual like diagnosis for like cluster fucking headaches as like a kid. They would like come and they would last for like days. I'd be like in my room, just like pillow over my head, just out of it, just wishing for anything to just like end the misery. That would happen a lot, just due to being like low blood, probably as well from like Crohn's disease, and we were trying to figure all that stuff out back then, so we didn't really know what was going on. I was taking like hella Benadryl and like pain meds just to fucking get by. There was like several years I'd have to take like 2 to 3 Benadryl like to fall asleep. And then I would wake up, and then after the 4 hours of initially waiting had passed, I would take more. Because just like the itching and stuff was so bad from MRSA, that was straight MRSA. That's when the Benadryl came into play. Which it annoys me that I have to use it now for like allergies, because it's like I was actually off of it for a minute when I first moved out, which is crazy because that's when I was like heavily drinking, but I was able to just like stop taking Benadryl. But now I need it for just like general allergies again. And honestly, for some reason, it helps with the migraine. I'll take a Benadryl before I'll take like an Excedrin or something. So I don't know. It helps, because it's like if I can like, I don't know. It's just what helps. I would say that and weed, but honestly, I don't know if weed really helps with migraines. I know if I smoke once I have a headache, it's not gonna go away, and I'm probably just gonna lock in on the pain a lot more. So I don't know. Yeah, that shit was fucking insane last night. And I was like, what if I fucking die right now? That's kind of all I was thinking about. Like, what if this is a final moment? Migraine just have you in like a weird space. I'm like, what have I done? What have I created? It sucks that I'm here alone. And I start like going through like all my exes and like just being a lonely dude, which means I obviously immediately started just like jacking it hard. I'm kidding, no, I just thought about them a lot. I don't know, you just like start making tier lists. I'm like, who do I think I'd be like, who would I be like probably chilling with right now if I were to have met them at this moment instead of who I was in the past, like type shit. Like that type of shit, honestly, like wholesome stuff. I've never been... I don't get that horny for anything, to be honest with you. I really gotta get to know you, and then I'll get off on the thought of like conversation, I guess, maybe. And not like, oh, but like, that's the shit that my mind gravitates to. Like, damn, yeah, we was going at it for like 2 hours about fucking Spider-Man or or like probably like a movie or like just something, anything. It could be anything. You know, once you're just with those people that you find in life, it's like anything is the best conversation in the world, to be honest with you. Because it's like you're both just itching for any excuse at any point to say anything to the other person. So it's like... I don't know, it's fun. I miss it. I haven't felt that in a minute. It's probably like the number one thing I miss, just like really good conversations. It just doesn't really happen anymore. It's unfortunate. When I go out with my friends, it's generally like it's like a gathering, like we're there for we're celebrating something generally. It's something positive, which I assume is, pretty regular. But it's like, real shit just doesn't come up. And I'm honestly like naturally pretty quiet. So like, when I'm out in public recently, I've just gotten in the habit of like clamming up 100%. And in my head, immediately everyone is 110% more interesting than me. And they obviously have life figured out, so I should probably not say too much so I don't look stupid. And then I clam up and then I don't say anything and then I make myself incredibly small. And then that's how the night goes, and I don't impose, I just exist. I say the funny thing when I feel like the funny thing needs to be said. I smile when I feel like I need to smile. So, that shit's old and slowly breaking out of the habit. I think the closest thing I have to pretty decent conversation, well, it's decent, it's good conversation, I'll say, but this dude at work, he's actually gonna be leaving soon. He's been there for like 3 months, I think. I actually was the dude who gave him the job application, but no, this dude at work, he'll just come over and we'll like shoot the shit. It's probably the closest thing I have right now to like actual decent conversation on a regular basis throughout the week. But even that, it's like work shit and shit to pass time. Not saying it's not fun, but you can only get so deep or talk about certain things so much at work and like in a public setting, and it's like every few seconds you're like ripped away doing something, I'm answering a phone call, or he would be like grabbing a car or whatever. But the dynamic of work relationships. But not even really to call it that. We're just like, well, I mean, yeah. But either way, he's moving to New York again. That's where he's from, so he's heading back. This job was very, very much temporary for him, but yeah, that's probably been the closest thing to like general decent conversation I've had in a minute. There's a few characters who will come around throughout the day and kind of talk, but just like difference of background and opinion, it's like certain people you just can't say everything to. And not saying that this dude was someone I would say everything to, but we were both black, you know, just dudes being dudes, and that's enough of a basis to really jump off, I guess. I don't think I've ever really fit into the stereotypical African American box, but I am what I am, I bees what I bees. That was the most corny thing I've ever said in my fucking life, but it's out there, so whatever. But yeah, the goal right now is to just like figure out the next steps on all this shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but it's gotta be something. Dude, the amount of fucking over it I am right now is ridiculous. Damn, she sounded aggressive today. Holy shit. I just did an oil change too, so I know it should be good. But fuck. So I may or may not have gotten the promotion that I've been waiting for a month yesterday. I'm gonna find that out today when I go into work. Last conversation I had with my boss was, as long as this new guy shows up tomorrow, everything's good and you can get moved over. So it all literally depends on if the new guy who he hired, because he had to hire 2 people. So one dude showed up Monday. I trained him, Tuesday. My off day, Wednesday. So new guy shows up on Wednesday. Hopefully he showed up yesterday. And then I can go in today, see new guy, and then have the confirmation from my boss that I will in fact be switching over to this new job finally. Which hopefully will give me at least a little bit more money. And the fact that I've paid this car off right now, it's just more icing on the cake. Well, it is the cake. The paying off the car would be the icing on the cake. The job would be the whole damn cake. Brain's kind of going insane. I'm about to go into work. I'm not trying to go in early like I normally do. I've been trying to take it slow. It's 6:22. Normally I'm at the house like on the road at least by like 6:10, 6:11. So I'm really not trying to sit there in the parking lot this morning. I'm too antsy. There's too much going on in my head. But a Paleface Swiss song does come to my mind.